And it kind of going back to what you kind of said earlier, kind of push it on. Your current work, again, you worked with a number of people on the Craig Cooney Young Forever, and from what I was looking online as well, even a couple of weeks ago, Fluttertone worked on that as well. It was you, Fluttertone, Craig, and there was others involved, I believe, as well. Was it?
Yeah, Young Forever. I met Craig through Column at Fluttertone, and yeah, we met that way. We had a discussion. We chatted. We saw what Craig wanted and what his vision was for. It wasn't actually just one song. It was like a vision for like a three-part. Um, not no, you can't really drop an EP anymore because people just listen to the singles. But even in that respect, for the works of a live show, we were looking to create three singles that would work well together and the same instruments and things like that.
Okay, and they're yet to come, I suppose, as well. They're not yet out.
Yeah, just one of them out at the moment. So hopefully, if they like them enough, they might release the other two. That's another struggle of being a producer. I've worked on a lot of songs that haven't seen the light of day yet, and things like that.
Yeah, what, just completely scrapped or just pushed back?
Yeah, one or two completely scrapped, and then one or two it's like, oh, there's single after single coming, so this will be next and next, And it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad song for it to be completely scrapped either. It could be that the artist is moving in a new direction. That's happened to me too, where it's like, oh, we did this and this is very this, but now we're actually going for this style, and
Right.
that's shelved. So it can be disappointing, but it's the process that we love working about.
Exactly, yeah. So obviously that was very sort of not technical, more hands-on. There was you, and there was a lot of different working parts. What was kind of the process? Because it's kind of good, like a case study almost, from kind of start to finish. What was your guys' process to kind of get that from his idea to, the blog post wrote about it, the track out there, being on all these platforms? What's the process for that?
Yeah, so Colin brings Craig in, and we sit down and we chat and we laugh, and I ask him about what's going on in his life, and I ask him what music he's listening to, and I ask him what he's hoping to make and what that should sound like, and then he pulls up all of those things, and we come together with a little plan. I'll take that plan home, and I'll make the beat in my own time because that could take me 5 6 hours. I don't want him looking over my shoulder while I do that. Some lads really can, and they can do it in 30 minutes with a guy looking over their shoulder. But fair play to them. I'm not doing that. I bring them back, like you said. There's like 5 6 beats. Bring them back to him, and we'll pick the ones that we want to work on. And you can generally tell straight away. You put on for 10 seconds. He's like, "This is the one." In our case, then we weren't just going to go with computer generated samples. We were saying we want real instruments, so we got Kevin in for guitar. We were looking at getting bass players in, real drummers in, and we get in the studio and we record all the instruments. See that obviously an overlooked part of the process is you're not just there to record and engineer, you're also there to make sure that Craig, the artist, is extremely fucking happy with everything that's going on, and he's comfortable and he's always being looked after. So we do all that and we take breaks whenever we need to. All the artists, musicians are happy. Then I leave. I usually take it home to mix it. Again, it's the kind of idea of no pressure, no one looking over my shoulder. Um, Mix it. Then it's a little back and forth of we usually create a group chat. It's like, hey guys, get 5 or 6 guys in there for as many opinions as possible. Do you like this mix? And if there's 5 or 6 people in there, there's probably 30 things that need changing. Cool, bring them all in. Let's change that. It gets smaller and smaller every time. Go and master it, and you have your track then.
Nice. And then obviously that goes over to Fluttertone, and then it gets marketed, it gets promoted and put out there for everyone else to get at.
Yeah, yeah, and Colin did an amazing job. Like I googled it there when it came out, Young Forever, and there's just blog post after blog post talking about it. He
Yeah.
really did an amazing job on that.
I mean, even because obviously when I had the podcast last week with him, we'd kind of not even mention this whole part of it. And then it's only when I was getting ready for this podcast and I literally seen how many how many blog posts, sorry, he had got put out for it. And like I even this morning I was looking again, I was just more. It's just it's crazy how good he done in terms of promoting that track and getting that out there for people.
And I really appreciate it as much as I'm sure Craig does, because the composition they wrote about in a lot of the blogs, and they're saying, I love the way this does this, and I love when this comes in and out and stuff. And I'm there thinking, shit, this amazing stuff for my website, you know, pop that on up, and it's really great.
Because I was actually going to do it because I did save one of the quotes that was about you, just to kind of blow your little trumpet for you here a bit. But basically, someone had asked in an interview, they'd asked him, sorry, um, kind of about the organic vibe of the track, and if it was something that he had in mind when he had started working with you, and if there was a version of the song that was completely different that came out, and he said, he gave you a vague description, as I said before, what I wanted, and then literally a couple of days later, and his quote is, "The man's a workhorse." So again, just backing up how hard you worked on the track for him. You had like 6 different types of beats based on the idea that he gave you, and then you basically kind of went down and worked out the one that was best. And he said it was great to build the track with you. You did a lot of work on it, and it really added. Yeah, sorry, and you really added to it with your production skills. And when you got the mix back, he was delighted. It would help if I read this 5, 6 times beforehand before I do these podcasts, wouldn't it?
Perfect, man. Brilliant oratory skills there.
Making it up as we go along.
Craig really, I love it. He's a really nice guy, and I think we just gelled well together, so he was happy with the process.
Yeah, and I think the whole track was enjoyed by everyone. Like, I don't think there was any bad sort of response to it. Every response that I've seen, even sort of YouTube and on the other online platforms, has all been great.
Yeah, so far, man. Let's not jinx it.
No, not yet, not yet.